Yo, what's up, everybody? Nelson, aka Amish Country Mets fan, here, coming at you with a little special mini episode of the Amish Apple Podcast. Haven't recorded in a little bit because I have some plans to change the show up a little bit. So that's partly why I'm doing this today. So the goal is, just get right into it. Not everybody, a lot of people obviously have great Mets podcasts, and they all go over what they've seen with the Mets and tell you their feelings and this, that, and the other. And while I'm not going to completely get away from doing that, I don't want to do that on my own and just sit here and talk to you guys. Being that I'm from New York and left New York years ago, and I'm a Met fan that at times struggles to find other Mets fans to talk to. And well, now that I'm on Twitter and doing this, obviously it's a little different, but before I just didn't have other Mets fans to talk to, and it was just weird. And like the dynamic as a Met fan away from the city, I think is very different than what people are used to that live in New York. So I want to talk to other Mets fans like me. I want to get into discussions about how they still keep up with the team. If they're not from New York, how did they become a Mets fan? Stuff like that. Just backstories on how they became fans, how they get to games now. Do they get to games? How do they watch? All kinds of intriguing stuff like that. My first guest didn't pan out last week. I'm going to try to get him back on in the future. But I do have lined up here in the next couple of days a fan from the UK at Tom NYM UK on Twitter. He's agreed to come on, so he'll be my first guest. It'll be interesting, especially UK. I mean, so far away, the time difference I'm sure plays a big factor in getting to watch games. I don't know if he ever gets to games. I'd love to know how he became a Mets fan. I'm pretty sure he's from the UK. So want to get into that with him. And then my goal, which Keith from Shay and Sons podcast gave me this idea, is to find whenever the Mets go to a new city on a road trip, I'd like to reach out to fans from that city and get them on the show. So I'm not sure where we go next. I want to say Chicago. Yeah. So next would be Chicago and Colorado. I'd love to get Mets fans. So if you're out there listening or watching and you happen to be in Chicago or Colorado, please reach out. Love to have you on the show and talk to you. And yeah, we'll get into how you became a fan, all that stuff. And then we will discuss this current team as well. It's like, love to get other fans' perspective on what they're seeing, what they think about the goings on, and obviously us underachieving very much right now. So yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal for this podcast moving forward. So we're rebranding a little bit, changing it up. I'll still give my thoughts here and there, but I have my YouTube channel where I give daily videos and my thoughts on the team on the fly too. So I don't want to just constantly be repetitive either. So I don't want this podcast to just be regurgitating everything I say in a video, because I don't know, I feel like that's pointless. But if you are watching, listening, I appreciate you guys, and that's the goal moving forward. Like I said, if you are a fan from one of these other cities, please reach out. Love to have you on the show. Love to talk to you. So that is the plan. Now, I will give some thoughts on the happenings of the Mets since I last left you guys on the podcast. I believe it was Cinco de Mayo, and the Mets were struggling. They just come off a bad series in Detroit. I believe we got swept. Since then, they are 4-8. Nothing has gotten better. They continue to struggle. Just the offense is highly inconsistent. At times, just downright awful. The pitching, they always were falling behind before we even have a chance to get into these games. And it sucks, like you um, want to see improvement, and we haven't seen any improvement. So at least we got some news today. Mark Vientos got the call up, so that is big news. He's not a savior. He's not gonna change this season off the bat. Like, he's not gonna be the one guy that comes in and just saves the season for us. This is not the case. Hey, what's up, Patty? Thanks for watching. Patty's one of my loyal followers. She's always watching. I appreciate her so much. I think she was at the game last night. Sorry that you didn't get a better result. Hopefully we get a win today. But anyways, yeah, just Vientos isn't going to be the savior, so let's ease up. If he doesn't come in and automatically start hitting, let's give him a shot. Breathe a little bit. As far as Mauricio, I don't know. I think he should be up too, but they obviously think he needs a little more seasoning. We'll see. Maybe they want to see what Vientos does first. Hopefully, my hope is Buck just rides with letting the kid play DH. I'm assuming he's going to platoon with Vogie, though, which, I mean, Vogie's probably been one of the better guys on the team, so I can't argue with that too much, I guess. But I want to see Vientos playing as much as possible, because that's the only way these kids get better. They have to. You've seen it with Alvarez. As soon as he started getting in the lineup more, he started producing more. Beatty, he's in the lineup pretty much every day, and he's doing well. Hit a home run last night. He struggled a little bit there, but it's going to happen. It happens with all of our guys, but especially with rookies. It's going to be an up and down thing. That most of the time they're not just going to come in and be, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a Michael Harris last year, for example. He just came up and started raking from off the bat, and like, not every rookie's going to do that. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I don't want to get, like I said, this was just a mini episode. I didn't want to get too far into it. I just wanted to explain the plans for the podcast going forward. I do want to touch on this. Shay and Sons put out a tweet of what they think Bucks lineup will be tonight specifically, but I want to switch it up a little bit and say what I think it should be with Vientos. So I think we should run with this. So I would lead off Nimmo in center field. I'd keep Lindor second at short. Give me McNeil at second base. Give me Alonso cleaning up at first. I like Beatty in the 5-hole playing third. Marte, I guess he's starting to hit a little bit, so I'd leave him at sixth and play him in right. This is where, I would switch it up. What I think Buck's going to do is play Canna in left and bat him seventh. I would move Alvarez up. I would move Alvarez up to the 7th spot. Then I'd hit Vientos DHing at 8 and move Canna to 9. Honestly, though, against left-handed pitching going forward, I would make Escobar the DH because he's proven he can hit from the right side. So I would play Escobar at DH. No, actually, no. I want Vientos DHing. How do you get Escobar in the lineup? This is how you get Escobar in the lineup. You move McNeil to the outfield, put Escobar at second, Vientos DH. That's what we do. So going forward, left against lefties, give me Nimmo, center Lindor, McNeil in left field, Alonso, Beatty, Marte, then Alvarez, then Escobar, then Vientos ninth. I don't know, something along those lines. I just want the damn kids to play. basically. Um, and I want to see Canna and Fam as little as possible. That's my end game. um, but that's it. That's just a little bit I was thinking of when I saw that tweet from Jay and Sons. Obviously, I wanted to answer their question as to what Buck might do, but then it got me thinking about what I would do. So get Canna out of the lineup is my ultimate thing. He really isn't very good. So that's it. I went short one, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. Yeah, let me know if you know somebody from that doesn't live in the New York City area and you think they might be good for the pod. Let me know so I can get in touch. If you are someone like that, just hit me up, DM me. You can send me a message on Twitter. You can email me too, DJ Nice Guy, DJNYCEGUY @gmail.com. Feel free to send me an email. Love to get you guys on the show and talk to you guys, and that's the plan going forward. So my first guest, like I said, should be Tom @TomNYMUK. That's his handle on Twitter. I should have him on hopefully today or not today, tomorrow or Friday. Should be recording with him, and then I'll put that out probably, if not this weekend, then early next week. So that's the goal. That's the plan. Thank you guys for watching. Please, if you are on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, whichever of the major podcast platforms, please leave me a rating and a comment as well. Thank you guys, and let's go Mets.